Hello villagers, you're watching PTV. Welcome to the stream. I'm Arnie, this is Pepper Tree Villa. It is October 17th, 2019, and it's time for your daily dose of Disney. Thoughts and prayers are with you, Blue. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed something. What's going on? Please, someone tell me what's happening there. I am so sorry. It is, oh no, not the best, Pam. Oh, Blue Nose, I am so sorry. And obviously, Doug has been entertaining people. He says it's a must-go place. I'm not sure what he's talking about there, but maybe it's about Ben's video from today. Ben launched a video this morning, 10 a.m. at 10 a.m. East. Oh, Cars Land. Yes, definitely. Cars Land is a must-go. Hi, Leanne. Thanks for joining. Good to have everyone here. It is your Daily Dose of Disney. It is October 17th, 69 days until Christmas. And there are quite a few things that actually happened on this day in Disney history. Hello, Hike and Deep. Good afternoon, Mickey Sightings. Good to have you all here. It's wonderful. I've got 10 people in chat. I've already got 11 likes on the video. Thank you so much. Oh, 11 people and 12. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and get started. Trix, good to have you. And Todd, thank you for being here. Good to see you. I usually don't do births and deaths, but in this case, I went ahead and listed this as a birth. Kind of entertaining, which is why. It's October 17th, 1925. A gentleman by the name of Jack Wagner is born. Now, a lot of you may not have heard of Jack Wagner. Dougie, Mr. Walter Grams himself, thank you for being here. So Jack Wagner, you may not have heard of Jack Wagner, but I know you've heard his voice. He is a Disney legend, or was. He passed away in 1995, but today was his birthday. He was the voice of Disneyland and Walt Disney World. He worked for both theme parks doing general park announcements as well as voice work for attractions themselves until his death in 1995. You can still hear his voice today. He's the voice you hear at the Orlando International Airport on the shuttle. Once you go through gates 1, anywhere between 1 and 99. And the thing is that in the newer gates, 100 through 129, that particular voicing is actually done by his son, Mike. So it's why it sounds like him, but it's not quite him. But he also had a lengthy career as a radio announcer at KNX 1070 in Los Angeles. Now, I'm sure you're probably wondering, where have you heard his voice and what has he said? Just imagine this. You're standing on the monorail and you hear, "Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse." So try that again. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Yeah, I know you've heard that before. It is the phrase it's always heard on the monorail, to please stand clear of the doors. So yeah, that was Jack Wagner. He was born on this day in 1925. Let's go forward to 1937. This is interesting. I didn't realize this, but Donald Duck's identical triplet nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, were first made their appearance not in a cartoon, but in the comic strip, on a Sunday comic strip for Disney. They appeared about 7 months later in a cartoon called Donald's Nephews, and it was in April of 1938 that you first saw Huey, Dewey, and Louie on the big screen. 1965, October 17th, 1965, it is officially the last day of the New York World's Fair in Flushing, New York. Yeah, that's where we got there are 4 attractions by Walt Disney were done there at the World's Fair. 3 of them ended up at Disneyland, and one of them actually inspired the technology of a 4th attraction at Disneyland. We got General Electric's Carousel of Progress. We got the Pepsi-Cola, which was sponsoring the UNICEF pavilion. That was It's a Small World. And the state of Illinois had their pavilion, which was Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. Of course, that ended up as well. Doug, I'm with you. I would love to go back to the future and attend the World's Fair in 1965, 1964. That would be amazing. I would love that. And the fourth attraction was called Ford's Magic Skyway. Now, we didn't get Ford's traveling through Disneyland, but what we did get was the Goodyear People Mover. And it was the same technology that was utilized for that attraction that they put in at Disneyland. I think that's pretty darn cool. I really wish I could have gone to the World's Fair, but of course, you know, when you're just a one-year-old baby, you wouldn't even know that you were there. As it is, I went to Disneyland in August of 1965 by way of the Watts riots, and I had no idea what was going on, but of course, I can still say I was there during Disneyland's Tencennial. Okay, let's go forward quite a few years here. Mike Wheeler, you asked me if you could make mention of someone in the stream. Yes, you may do so. Please do so, actually. He's going to make an announcement here, so pay attention to that one. And if you have not yet subscribed to that channel, please do so when he makes that announcement. 2000, the year 2000, October 17th, 2000. But even before I get to that, let me go to October 17th, 1989. That was actually personal history here. On that day at 5:04 Pacific time, people were watching the World Series between the San Francisco Giants and the Oakland Athletics when all of a sudden, even before the game started, an earthquake hit. The Loma Prieta earthquake hit on this day 30 years ago. And we are all abuzz about it here in the Bay Area because of earthquake safety. And we just had an earthquake earlier this week, so it's kind of fresh on our minds about it. And I did go through that earthquake. It was rather significant. A lot of shaking, a lot of unexpected consequences of things. I didn't even think about it. I got in the car after checking on some people to make sure they were okay, and then rushed home to make sure my family was okay. My brother said that I almost lost my TV, which was on a TV stand. He was watching the World Series at the time, or trying to see if it was going to start. Yep, Doug felt it in Nevada. Can you believe it? You know what, Pam's fam? I did not see the end. I did not see the end last night on This and That. So I'll go back and check that out, or maybe you can tell me what happened. Anyway, let me continue on with the news here. 2000, Disney released the Toy Story 2-pack set, which included Toy Story and Toy Story 2, plus the Pixar film shorts, Tin Toy, and Luxo Jr. And coincidentally, the reason why I also said that is because I wrote a story for them and mentioned PTV. And oh, Pam, thank you so much. I'll check it out. Thank you. Coincidentally, on this day, Don Rickles in 2000, he's the voice of Mr. Potato Head in the Toy Story series. He received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on this day. Yeah, Don Rickles. Yeah. What are you looking at, you hockey puck? That was one of his favorite lines, and then they incorporated that into Toy Story. I thought that was pretty humorous. I liked that. 2005, October 17th, 2005. This is something that's also near and dear to my heart. Disneyland's traditional real live Christmas tree arrived at the property on this day. They used to cut down a real tree every year, and they would augment it. They would frame it out, make sure that it was nice and full. They'd actually shove branches in, wedge them in to fill it out if there were any gaps or holes. So it was always a perfect looking Christmas tree. This year, it was a 60-foot tree, but it was decorated with specific numbers of 5,000 Christmas lights and 5,000 golden ornaments in honor of Disneyland's 50th anniversary. Oh, man. That's PSV. I am working on the next one and halfway through it with Mike's help. Thank you so much. That's right, everyone. Paper, Scissors, Vacations, Oh My is just about at 100 subscribers. If you have not yet subscribed to her channel, please do so. It's very entertaining. She does live streaming on Sunday afternoons. She's just adorable. She really is. Stacy, hello there. And Amanda, thank you for joining. Noah, I didn't see you there. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. 2007. on this day. I know this sounds a little Disneyland heavy. It's just the things that I found in the news today. But in this case, 2007, Disney announced future plans on this day of the expansion of California Adventure and what they were going to do to fix the park that was so broken at that point. It had been open 6 years, and it was really having trouble. It was struggling, and it was there. We were all for the pomp of circumstance. Are you talking about the Christmas tree, Doug? I think maybe you were, because I'll tell you, it was a cool Christmas tree. I loved it. Anyway, in 2007, they announced it today. Disneyland would be expanding California Adventure. And over the next few years, it was going to take, oh yeah, all the 50th celebration stuff was awesome. So much fun. So cool. I'm wondering what Walt Disney World is going to do. Dougie, thank you so much for subscribing to her channel. That was very nice of you. Rob Fuzz, how you doing? Rob has been keeping me entertained today with some of his comments. He's been commenting on some of the videos with Ben's Life with Ben series. He's been, I guess he's been going through the playlist of Life with Ben today. So I've been seeing a lot of comments. Very entertaining, Rob. Thank you. So the plans were for California Adventure were to expand it. Different attractions were going to be added. Things like World of Color, The Little Mermaid, and then also Cars Land was added. And that was all part of this, along with a new entrance plaza, which included this reimagining of the area. Instead of being the Sunshine Plaza, it was going to be Buena Vista Street. It was pretty darn cool that we heard about this, and it took 5 years, major renovations to go through it. But finally, in 2012, it was all finally done. You never saw it. Okay, Rob. Yeah, you know what? I don't know if I've got video of it or not, but I'm gonna keep searching through my archives to see if I can find any video work of California Adventure to see what it was like before. I cannot believe how much work it took to redo it. They tore down buildings, they redid everything. It was amazing. So much work went into that. And then finally on this day in 2018, two people, Heather and Clark Ensminger from Tennessee, visited all 6 Disney World and Disneyland theme parks in one day. They did it one day. They started at Disney's Hollywood Studios first thing in the morning. They went to Toy Story Land, and then they went over to Epcot, did Spaceship Earth, met up with Mickey Mouse at Magic Kingdom, and then had some lunch at Animal Kingdom. Then they took a cross-country flight, did Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, and then went over to Disneyland to complete what they called the Disney Marathon. And it was not only to celebrate their 10th wedding anniversary, but it was also in honor of Heather's father, who had passed away suddenly a year earlier on the eve of their family Disney World trip. That's pretty cool. And actually, that's on a list of things I would love to do. I definitely want to be on that list of people that have been able to say, I've been to all 6 parks in one day. Now, we did do it. That's right, Doug. We did it in 1 month once. I've done that twice, actually. Well, just once. Twice. No, just once, because California Adventure wasn't open yet. I did 5 parks in 1 month once, but that's about it. Not all 6 in one day. That's the goal. One day. Okay. Walt Disney World Railroad. It's going to be closed. It is going to be closed. The Walt Disney World Railroad has been closed since the beginning of 2019 for track work in relation to the Tron Light Cycle Run construction. And it's going to be closed at least until 2021, it seems. But the odd thing is that, oh my goodness, apologies, people. I am so sorry about that. Let me get that off my my stabilizer. Okay, so sorry about that. Let me move it over here. I've been having a problem with our gimbal, and I don't know why. It was not an earthquake, Stacy. My gimbal is just not behaving sometimes. So apologies for that. So in the meantime, let me tell you that the Walt Disney World Railroad, it says that some of the stations are going to be opening at the beginning of 2020. So instead of 2021, Fantasyland and Frontierland are going to be opening in 2020, at least according to some of the things that you can see online. So nothing's been confirmed yet, but we'll just keep you updated on that. And also Splash Mountain is going to be closing for annual refurbishment at the Magic Kingdom in January of 2020. And it's just a regular refurb. Nothing is going to happen there. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's just a standard refurbishment. There's also this thing called Disney Park Pals. Now, have you seen the ones of Groot that sit on the shoulder with a little magnet? It's pretty cool, but they have these things called Park Pals now. And the first one that you can get is the orange bird. And it actually is just a small little plastic thing like this. And on display, it holds on to what looks like a castle turret, but you can actually clip it onto a collar or a backpack or some kind of a strap hanging. It looks pretty cool. Rob, thank you so much. I'm going to have to go watch that myself to see what happened with that. But you can pick it up at, see, my notes say, oh, you can find him at the Agrabah Bazaar in Magic Kingdom. So that's that. And for some reason, Disney World's Hollywood Studios has renamed a lot of the food in Star Wars Land. The Docking Bay 7 food and cargo at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has been renamed. So instead of having the typical names of, say, something like what they had as fried Andorian tip yip, it now just says fried chicken. Or smoked Kadu ribs, it's just saying ribs. The shock roast is now beef pot roast. It did not, Stacy, it did not say when it was going to be opening, but rumor has it that it might be opening next year, 2020, which is odd because it's supposed to be 2021 for the construction, but a couple of the stations might be opening early next year. At least that's what it looks like on the website. So I'll see what I can find out about that as the news progresses on that, and I'll keep you informed on that. And so for some reason, they have renamed all the food at Galaxy's Edge at Disney's Hollywood Studios. However, from what I could find, the names are still the original names that they gave them at Disneyland. So you can still find them at Disneyland that way. So I'll keep you informed of that one, what's going on. And I'm going to have to go back and watch that earthquake as well on my screen to see what happened to that stabilizer. Rob, if you watched it a couple times, I've got to watch it myself. Anyway, tonight on the Disney YouTube network, we've got a few things here. We have Mickey Sightings. They're regular. They stream every Monday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, and they have various topics that they cover all within the Disney realm. Half an hour later at 7:30 p.m. and 4:30 Pacific, Eye to Eye, Disney Through Our Eyes. Jessica and Kyle will be doing their regular Disney broadcasts. They usually do some trivia or have some fun talking about Disney. At 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, Mouse Talk with Walt and Melissa. It is Mouse Madness, I believe. And then 15 minutes after that, 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 Pacific. It's a Cargo 619 challenge tonight. Should be fun. Oh, great, Mickey Sighting. Sounds good. Hey, Walt, you're going to be on at 8 p.m. tonight. Last week you canceled because of a power failure, and I imagine now it's all been resolved, so you're good to go. Also at 8:50, good. Thank you so much, Walt. Also tonight on Myers and the Mouse, they're going to be doing their football and NFL football viewing. So that's at 8:15 Pacific, Eastern, 5:15 Pacific. So if you enjoy watching NFL football and want some commentary from Jeff, Dole Whip Dad, and with Kelly from Myers and the Mouse, might be interesting there. But Walt, what is your topic tonight? If you go ahead and just put it there in the stream, let me know what you're talking about tonight at 8 o'clock so that we can go ahead and do that. So that's about it. That is what oh, that's right. Paper, scissors, and vacations. You're doing a giveaway on Sunday's live stream. That's right. Thank you so much for letting me know that. I read that on Instagram earlier. So as far as Pepper Tree Villa goes, we are going to be doing our broadcast for the Daily Dose of Disney a little earlier tomorrow. We have a family gathering this weekend. My nephew is going to be getting married in Sonoma County, up in wine country, so it's going to be very nice. But as a result of that, 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern tomorrow will not work. Oh, thank you, Walt. It will not work for our broadcast, so I will definitely keep you informed as to the time tomorrow. We will make an announcement, and Doug will be with me. Oh, and it's the Chiefs and the Broncos tonight. Thank you, Stacy. As the Christmas prep is on hold, yes, for this weekend. Sorry about that, Rob. But as far as everything else goes, it will continue on a regular schedule the following week. We will continue with the Christmas. But Ben dropped a video today. Go ahead and check it out. Life with Ben dropped a video this morning about our trip to Nation's Giant Hamburgers. It is a local burger chain in the Bay Area. Excuse me, a local hamburger chain. I was instructed to say you cannot call it burgers. They are hamburgers or cheeseburgers, not just burgers. And that came from a former employee who also is a friend and a villager. So it's fantastic. They've got great food. They also serve great breakfasts as well as fantastic pie and cheesecake. So we'll go check that out again and give you another video on that one. But in the meantime, everyone, I better get back and finish off my day of work here at the office. I'm a little over right now. So everyone, thank you so much. Don't forget about tonight's shows on the Disney YouTube network. And I'm sure everyone would just love seeing each other there. You know what? Breakfast and dessert does sound awesome. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much, Walt. And Amanda, thank you. Ta-ta, all you lovely peoples. Everyone, thank you so much for being here for this edition of the Daily Dose. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Go out, have a magical evening, and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. We'll see you in the streams. Bye, everyone.